Well, I'm back. The musical is over, and slowly but surely, I have started picking up some of the routines and some of the things that I normally do after those last couple of weeks of crazy time. The end of the musical is always bittersweet, but in some ways, it's nice to be able to move on too. Everything has a season, right? Um, and this year, as I reflect back on it, in August when I had auditions, I didn't even think we would get through September. And I certainly thought that the musical would look very, very different than it did. I was trying to figure out how we could maybe do some kind of a virtual musical because I just knew that in September we were going to get the word that the virus had spread to the point that we couldn't be in person at school. And look how far we got. We got clear to the end. We got through all of the rehearsals. We got through videotaping for live stream. We got through pictures for the photo book. And we got 2 live performances. So we certainly cannot be complaining about that at all. It was just fabulous to be able to get that far. And getting through the musical and reflecting back and thinking about all of the time spent has me kind of where I'm at for my episode today. So, the process is so amazing to get to the end result. We start with auditions and then we start with the music and we read through it and we're thinking, oh my gosh, how are we ever going to get this? And we spend 2 or 3 weeks on just the music, and it starts to get a little bit better, and the soloists are going, oh man, oh man, oh man. And then we get into the end of September, early October, and we start blocking and putting it on the stage and figuring out where the actors are going to come in with all their entrances, and they have to get all that figured out, and then they have to start reading their lines, and then we add the lines with the music. I mean, it's just a process. It's like putting together a recipe and ending up with the end product. And I want to just express today that maybe for the first time, but I think always, maybe I'm just more appreciative of the process this year because we kept thinking week by week, oh, this is going to be the last, this is going to be the last. And we were just very fortunate. And so it just has me thinking about the process and how wonderful it is and how we need to stay in the moment, in the process, and enjoy and express the great things that happen along the way. I had a tremendous cast to work with this time. They were well prepared. No one came in really not knowing their stuff. And if they didn't know it well enough for that rehearsal, then for the most part, most of them came back the next rehearsal determined not to make the same mistakes again. So fantastic, fantastic work this time. But all of that work from August to the second week in November, think about how long that takes. And then poof, in what should have been 9 hours, but was 6 hours, it's gone. It's all over. 2 performances, 3 performances, and poof, gone. And it makes me think about what we're all doing right now, and that is preparing a Thanksgiving dinner or a Christmas dinner or any dinner that you put together and gather in family. And whether you're having a big dinner or whether you are deciding to stay at home and just have your in-person, in-home family, if you're cooking, you're still preparing. And think about how fast that goes. We do all that work to prepare this meal. Takes a day almost or more if you prepare ahead of time. And then in what? If you're lucky, you sit at the table an hour and it's gone. And then you have all the cleanup. And I think I just want to express to you, wow, you need to have joy in the process. The joy of making the bread or making the dressing or basting the turkey to put in the oven, or how about those of you who make homemade noodles? Man, that's a process. But if it's something you love to do, then have fun doing it and enjoy it. And maybe you're doing it with someone. I'm not a cook. I don't really like cooking. I suppose I can say I have sort of enjoyed it. And at the place I'm in now, after all of the things that I've learned and this journey that I'm on, maybe I would enjoy cooking a little bit more. However, I don't have to this year. We're going up to my mother's, and then we're going to David's mother's, and it's just going to be 3 people at a time. And hopefully, we've been home now for 7 days, and it seems like David and I have not been exposed. So we're hoping that we are not exposing our family, our mothers, as well. But they're the ones doing the cooking. I hope they're enjoying the process. I hope you're enjoying the process. And so that's kind of why I wanted to put this video together, is just thinking about the musical and all the processes and all the steps we went through, and really enjoying that this year. And then I got to thinking about all of the people preparing meals, or those of us who are getting Christmas decorations out. And yes, it's lovely to look at when we finally get it all done, but what about the process of going through all of the things that you have, and maybe the memories that come with when you bought one thing, or when your kid made this, or whatever the case may be. I know that our tree is full of ornaments that I've bought over the years for the kids, or several of them that they've made, and they may not be the most beautiful ornaments in the world, but the boys made them, and so I put them on my tree. And I'm sure you have the same types of things that you do as well. And so the memories as you decorate go along with that. And I just recently, just this past 4 days, cleaned my house, and man, was that a process. I decided with extra time off, I wanted to take the time to really deep clean, because cleaning is something I don't get to when I'm in the musical those last few weeks. It is really difficult to have extra time to do that, and when I do, I'm either doing laundry or just taking a few minutes to sit, or this year walking or doing yoga just to get away from all of the hustle and bustle. So I don't clean very good during musical, and usually over Thanksgiving I try to do some deep cleaning, but I decided with 2 extra days off that I would just make it a priority to really deep clean. So I started on Saturday, and finally yesterday, before dinner, get that, before dinner, I finished. Floors, closets, took things to help services, got behind things, moved furniture, just all of the stuff it takes to deep clean. And the end result is great. I have a clean house. But is it really clean? I mean, when you got a dog and patches inside, the dog hair flies, and I'm sure 10 minutes after I cleaned a room, there was dog hair on the floor again. But that's okay. I really enjoyed the process of being satisfied that I was getting something clean, and that it looked better, and I felt better about it. And yes, it is nice to enjoy a clean house, but it won't stay that way. I'll be right back at cleaning next week. Aren't we all? Always. So enjoy the process. Don't wish that you could move on to the next thing. I remember doing that when I was younger. Well, I need to get this finished. And once I get this finished, I can move on to the next thing. I'm sure we all have done that before. I haven't done it so much as I get older, probably because you don't want to wish your life away. But enjoy. Enjoy making the dinner for your family. Whatever your process is, enjoy it. It's all in what we do, right? God bless, and have a great day.